Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? And welcome to NFL Week Number 1 predictions. We have finally made it. I'm going to go through every single game this week and predict the NFL games that are happening. But first, of course, if you guys are new to the channel, you know what to do. Like, subscribe, turn that bell on, as we do our best to post on this channel every single day. With that said, this is the third video of the day. At least 2 more videos coming for you guys. You may have videos up until 9 o'clock tonight. We may play some Road to Glory later if you guys are interested in that one. But regardless, you guys are into NFL content. We're picking games this week. Let's go ahead and hop in to this NFL Week Number 1 prediction slate. Alright, starting off on Thursday Night Football. If you guys cannot tell, I am wearing the Kansas City shirt right now. Ravens at the Chiefs. I really need the Chiefs to win, but do I want the Chiefs to win? No, absolutely not. I drafted their defense in NFL Fantasy, so I'm going to need the Chiefs defense to play really, really well, which in turn probably assumes that they're going to win. I do have the Chiefs at home winning this game. I think that they are the better team. This is going to be our first look at Ravens running back Derrick Henry and Lamar Jackson getting it done in the duo. This is going to be our look at Rashee Rice, how he's translating offseason through his drama and stuff like that. But with that being said, I got the Chiefs. They're the better team. Andy Reid, Patrick Mahomes, Travis Kelce, they're always going to find a way to win. And I have full faith that the Chiefs will be 1-0 to start the season off. Up next on Friday, September 6th, of course, on Friday, it is the Brazil game, the Packers and the Eagles. This game, by the way, is on Peacock only. So you guys who don't have Peacock cannot watch this game. Get Peacock if you're interested in this one. Packers, some Eagles, and Brazil. I'm going with the Eagles here. I like Jalen Hurts and the boys to get it done. I need Jalen Hurts to put up a lot of fantasy points this week so I can get that victory in number 1 seed in my fantasy for right now. But with that being said, Eagles, Packers should be a good game. Jordan Love obviously coming off a great performance in the divisional round last year. Let's see how that translates to this year as well. We'll see some new receivers. We'll see Josh Jacobs in a Packers uniform for the first time. We will also see A.J. Brown and Jalen Hurts getting back at it. I got faith in the veterans, though, as I'm taking the Eagles to win this game at home in Brazil. Up next is the Carolina Panthers going into New Orleans. Bryce Young and the boys with Deontay Johnson, Chuba Hubbard, obviously Jatavion Sanders, who we drafted at the tight end position this year, going into the Superdome against Derek Carr, Chris Olave, Alvin Kamara, the defense. It's going to be a fun game. I have Carolina winning this game. Number 1, yes, it is to start the season, so I do hope that we get 1-0 on the year. But with that being said, I think they are flat out the better team in this game. I think defensively we can shut them down with the additions of Jadeveon Clowney this year. This is going to be our first chance to look at him. Obviously, J.C. Horn. Hopefully he stays fully healthy in this game. And the season, rather. I really think he will stay healthy. With that type of defense and Derek Brown on the defensive line, of course, we're going to win this game. I have no doubt. And we walk out of the Superdome 1-0 on the year. Book it. Up next is the Steelers at the Falcons. A really good opening game in Week 1, in my opinion. I really like this game. This game's going to be stinky, but I got to go with the Falcons. They have upgraded their defense as well. I know trading down in the draft to not get Dallas Turner was a big hit for them, but they have upgraded their defense, and especially that defensive line. That defensive front is going to be really hard to get the ball going. And then on the offensive side of the ball, you got Kirk Cousins throwing the ball now. You got Kyle Pitts. You still got Bijan Robinson, a top 10 running back in the National Football League, and a new head coach. So Arthur Smith is gone out the gate. Falcons should get the win 1-0 to start off the year against Mike Tomlin, Russell Wilson, and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Up next, you got the Arizona Cardinals going into Buffalo in what should be a really fun game. This is our first look at Kyler Murray and Marvin Harrison Jr. on CBS. This is going to be a really fun matchup. I think the Bills do win this game based off of their offense and how bad the Cardinals' defense really is. Obviously, J.J. Watt is a really good player for that Arizona Cardinals defense, but how else is the rest of the defense, the secondary, all of that stuff going to factor into this game? With that being said, it is especially on the road in Buffalo as well. I think Kyler and Marvin Harrison are going to be fine, but how is the defense for that Arizona Cardinals going to be? And I think the Bills are going to walk out of there 1-0 on the year. Up next, you got the Titans going into the Bears. Got the Bears shirt on now. I'm switching out every jerseys for the certain picks that we are doing. With that being said, I'm going with Caleb Williams and the Chicago Bears. He looked good in the preseason, yes, I know. But that Titans defense did not really get any better. Their offense got good, but their defense is still going to struggle against Caleb Williams, Rome Odunze, Keenan Allen, all those guys, and especially David Montgomery as well. All of those guys are going to go off for the Chicago Bears, and what's going to be a fun one in Chicago is I think the Bears are going to start 1-0 to start out the year. Up next, you got the Patriots at the Bengals. Guys, give me the Bengals here. Joe Burrow's back. He's healthy. Ja'Marr Chase is in practice today, so Bengals fans, do not worry, as you guys are going to get the win. It is also at home for the Cincinnati Bengals, so the Bengals do not have to fret about that one. Drake May is not starting Week 1. It is Jacoby Brissett. I'm interested to see if they're going to switch out quarterbacks to kind of keep the defense on their heels for the Cincinnati Bengals, though. But with that said, they're the better team. Cincinnati, you guys should get the win and start out 1-0 on the year. Up next is the Texans and C.J. Stroud going into Indy, taking on Anthony Richardson. Anthony Richardson, obviously, last year getting hurt in Week 4, out for the year. Coming back this year strong, looking really good. Let's see if he stays healthy, though. But with that said, it is the battle of number 2 versus number 4 in the NFL draft. I've got the Houston Texans going on into Indy and winning this game. Last year, coming off of a wild card loss to the Ravens, to the Browns, I think that this game is going to solidify how good the Texans really are, and a lot of people are going to be not doubting the Texans anymore. 1-0 Texans as they start out the year in Indy. Up next, ladies and gentlemen, is the Jacksonville Jaguars going into Miami. Now, I know I'm wearing the Jacksonville Jaguars hat and the Trevor Lawrence shirt right here, if you guys cannot tell. But with that being said, I got to go with the Dolphins. Obviously, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle, Raheem Mostert, they're all going to be problems. Devon Achane as well. And you got Tua at the quarterback spot, who you just paid a crap ton of money to get or to stay in Miami as well. You got Mike McDonald. You also extended him this past offseason. With that said, I'm going Dolphins. They're at home. Defense should be okay in this game as well. Going to see it interesting, though. Brian Thomas Jr. in his first game action as well. With that said, give me the Dolphins as they're taking on the Jags at home as they go 1-0. Up next is the Vikings and the Giants in New York. This game's going to be fun because, A, the quarterbacks aren't really that good. Jake Jettos for the Vikings should carry this team. I think they're going to get the win here on the road, but we will have to see about that one. Vikings start out the year 1-0 against Sam Darnold. Up next is Las Vegas Raiders going into LA Chargers. I think the Chargers are far better than the Las Vegas Raiders. Raiders, I think, are starting Aiden O'Connell. No, they're starting Gardner Minshew at the quarterback spot. But with that being said, Davante Adams, how are they going to look offensively, and how's the Chargers defense going to look? I think that offensively the Chargers should be okay. But with that said, it's all about the defense for the Chargers. If they're going to stop Aiden O'Connell and Davante Adams, I keep thinking Aiden O'Connell, Gardner Minshew and Davante Adams. They brought in a veteran. Let's see if the Chargers can hold off at home, which I think they will, to start out 1-0. Next is Denver going into Seattle. Now, you may be wondering why I'm wearing high school gear right now, but this is a battle of Spanish Fort natives. DJ James taking on Chris Abrams-Draine. Both of them made the 53-man roster. Not sure who's starting where, but I do expect Chris Abrams-Draine at least to play for the Denver Broncos. With that being said, I've got to go with the Seahawks, though, and Geno Smith. They got DK. They got Tyler Lockett. They should be okay against this Broncos defense. And a Broncos quarterback who is now a captain in Bo Nix. First captain since like 1982 or something like that. And first rookie starting quarterback for the Broncos since John Elway. We will see how Bo Nix fares out in this game. But with that being said, I think Seattle's defense should be okay. DJ James, Nehemiah Pritchett, also out of Auburn, is on the Seahawks roster as well. So we'll see a little bit of that. And you got Derek Hall on the defensive line, who is starting. I know that for a fact. But with that being said, got to go with the Seahawks here at home, taking on the Broncos, as the Seahawks will start out 1-0. Up next is the Bucs taking on the Commanders at home. I got to go with the Tampa Bay Bucs here. I really, really do. I think that they should win this game. It's at home. You got receivers like Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, two very underrated wide receivers against a defense who's not going to be very good if you're Washington. Your offense for Washington may be okay, and they may be able to keep up a little bit. But with that said, got to go with the Bucs here as they would start the year out 1-0 against Jaden Daniels and the Commanders. And then the last game of the day in the daytime on Sunday, the Dallas Cowboys going into the Cleveland Browns. This is Tom Brady's debut here as a broadcaster on Fox. But with that being said, I've got to go with my boys here in Dallas. I know Deshaun Watson's back for the Cleveland Browns. Obviously, Amari Cooper is still there for the Cleveland Browns. The defense on the Browns got Myles Garrett, but other than that, who do they really have? I know the offensive line is going to be a struggle if you're a Dallas Cowboys fan like me. Dak, CD, we're all back together. Obviously, Deuce Vaughn, Ezekiel Elliott, now Dalvin Cook on the running back slot is going to be really fun as well. Jalen Tolbert on the wide receiver. I could go on and on. I'm sure you guys don't want me to about this roster, but I think that we start out the year 1-0. We will be in good shape to make the playoffs 1-0 against the Browns. Book that one as well. And then the final game on Sunday night, the Rams going into Detroit in a wild card playoff matchup rematch. This is going to be a fun one on Sunday night. Of course, they had to get this one for Week 1 Sunday Night Football. Got to go with Jared Goff and the Rams, though, and the Lions, excuse me. They are going to be really, really good. Amon-Ra St. Brown is a freaking beast. And now that he actually is fully healthy, if you guys watch receiver, you guys know what I would have talked about. But now that he's fully healthy, they should be in good shape as Jared Goff and Amon-Ra St. Brown walk out of there 1-0 out of Detroit in a really fun rematch. And last but certainly not least, you got the Jets and the 49ers on Monday Night Football. Aaron Rodgers hopefully can stay healthy through at least 3 plays this season. But with that being said, got to go with the 49ers in this one. They're still the better team, even though the Jets have Aaron Rodgers to give guys like Garrett Wilson and Breece Hall the ball. With that said, that defensive line for the 49ers is no joke. Obviously, they just extended Trent Williams, who is the guy who got Aaron Rodgers hurt on that play last Monday Night Football. So that's going to be interesting to watch that matchup. You also got George Kittle, Deebo Samuel. You just paid Brandon Ayuk as well. And, of course, you got Christian McCaffrey and Brock Purdy on that side of the ball. 49ers are going to get the win at home for them in the first weekend's finale. With that being said, this is the weekend for high school, NFL, or high school, college, and NFL all back-to-back. So this weekend's going to be fun. Let's have at it as the 49ers get the win at home against the Jets to start their week 1-0. Anyway, of course, that is where I'm going to leave it for this video. If you haven't already, like, subscribe, turn that bell on. We do our best to post on this channel every single day. With that being said, 2 more videos at least for you guys today. It's going to be fun. Let's have ourselves a weekend as football is in full swing with high school, college, and the NFL being played on Sundays and Mondays. Tomorrow night, Ravens, Chiefs, going to be a banger to get our year started. Let's have a good season. Good luck to everybody. And, of course, I will see you all in the next video. Peace.